Mars. Mars long remained an acoustic mystery until NASA's Perseverance rover delivered two highly sensitive microphones to the red planet in February 2021, ushering in the era of Martian acoustics. Here's what they recorded. The sound of Mars isn't a sonification of radio waves, but an actual recording of atmospheric acoustic vibrations captured by the SuperCam instrument on the rover's mast in Jezero crater. The resulting audio is shocking, a suffocating, quiet, dull rustle, punctuated by the sharp but blurred sounds of the rover's machinery. The eeriness of Martian sound is caused by the physics of its atmosphere, which is 100 times thinner than Earth's and is 95% carbon dioxide. Mars experiences acoustic segregation. CO2 selectively absorbs high frequencies, causing eerie, harsh sounds like the crunch of tires on rocks to reach the microphone muffled. The Sun. Contrary to popular myth, the Sun is not a silent object. It generates monstrously powerful acoustic waves caused by plasma convection within its core. The eerie sound of the Sun is the result of sonification of data obtained by the SOHO Observatory, launched by NASA and ESA in 1995. Scientists from Stanford University converted the low-frequency vibrations of the solar atmosphere, inaudible to the human ear, into audible frequencies, revealing the heartbeat of our star. The resulting audio file is a low, vibrating, pulsating hum reminiscent of the endless, dull rumble of a super heavy engine or the roar of a distant ocean. This is the sound. This sound is produced when pressure waves created by turbulence in the Sun's convection zone resonate, causing the entire star to vibrate like a giant bell. Acoustic resonance allows astrophysicists to use helioseismology to probe the Sun's interior, studying its rotation, composition, and magnetic fields at depths inaccessible to optical telescopes. Enceladus. Enceladus, a tiny, icy moon of Saturn, was the source of some of the most unexpected and acoustically eerie phenomena uncovered by the NASA ESA-ASI Cassini probe in 2005. The Enceladus sound is a sonification of data acquired by the RPWS instrument during Cassini's flyby of giant geysers at the moon's south pole. The resulting audio file is an eerie, shrill, whistling sound, reminiscent of the howling of wind through an old window. The key source of Enceladus's eerie whistle is not the atmosphere, but plasma and ionized gas escaping from the tiger stripes in the icy crust at the South Pole. RPWS detected that this stream of particles, mostly water, interacts with Saturn's magnetosphere, creating eerie plasma waves whose frequency sharply increases as it approaches the moon. This is the sound. The power of this plasma whistle is so great that it creates a giant plasma torus in Saturn's magnetosphere, which is visible in Cassini radio images. Jupiter. Jupiter, the most powerful source of radio emission in the solar system after the Sun, generates sounds that astronomers call the most eerie in space. The eerie sound of Jupiter is the result of sonification of data acquired by the WAVES instrument on board NASA's Juno probe, which has been orbiting the gas giant since 2016. The resulting audio file is a deafening, shrill, chaotic scream, consisting of whistling, creaking, rhythmic pulsations, and sharp frequency changes. Here's what it sounds like. This eerie sound originates in Jupiter's monstrous magnetosphere, which is many times more powerful than Earth's and extends millions of kilometers into space. The main source of eerie screams are electrons and ions trapped in Jupiter's magnetic traps, which are accelerated to relativistic speeds and emit radio waves, the cyclotron emission effect. The recording clearly reveals eerie rhythmic pulsations that planetologists call Jovian chorus. These are low-frequency plasma waves resonating in the ionosphere. Venus. Hidden beneath an impenetrable layer of sulfuric acid clouds, Venus was long thought to be silent. The Venus sound is a sonification of low-frequency radio wave data captured by the Fields instrument on board the Parker probe in May 2021 as it passed just 1,693 kilometers from the surface. This sound is unlike Earth's atmospheric noise. It is a chaotic combination of shrill whistling, white noise, and a pulsating hum reminiscent of the creaking of an old rusty basement in an abandoned building. This is the sound. The eerie whistling in the audio recording is caused by the probe's passage through Venus's ionosphere, a charged layer of the atmosphere whose density varies anomalously with solar activity. Unlike Earth, Venus's ionosphere directly interacts with the solar wind as the planet lacks its own protective magnetic field, creating eerie acoustic anomalies during sonification. Saturn. Saturn, the second largest planet in the solar system, generates sounds that rival Jupiter's shrieks in eeriness, but possess a unique, more mechanical character. The Saturn sound is a sonification of radio waves captured by the RPWS instrument on board the Cassini probe during its 13-year mission. The resulting audio file is a chaotic combination of grinding, whistling, rhythmic pulsations, and a low-frequency hum reminiscent of a gigantic, rusty factory or a ghostly choir in an abandoned cathedral. This is the sound. The key source of Saturn's eerie grinding is the Saturnian kilometer radiation, powerful radio waves generated by charged particles accelerating along the planet's magnetic field lines. A uniquely eerie sounding event on Saturn was the recording of Cassini's passage through its ring plane in 2017. A uniquely eerie sounding event was the sonification of data during the flyby at Enceladus's geysers, where the grinding of Saturn is interrupted by the sharp, piercing scream of plasma erupting from its icy ocean. Neptune. Neptune, the eighth and most distant planet in the solar system, is the coldest and windiest of the gas giants, with wind speeds reaching a monstrous 2,100 kilometers per hour, or 1,300 miles per hour. Neptune's eerie sounds were recorded by the only probe to fly by the planet, Voyager 2, in August 1989. Like other gas giants, Neptune has a magnetic field that traps charged particles and generates radio emission in the kilometer range. Voyager 2's instruments detected this radiation, which after sonification, transformed into an eerie, low-frequency pulsating roar, reminiscent of a distant, endless storm. This is the sound. Adding to the eeriness is Neptune's interaction with its moon, Triton. Triton rotates backwards and gradually approaches the planet, creating unique electromagnetic interference. Pluto. Pluto was long considered an acoustically inaccessible icy ball until the New Horizons probe made a historic flyby in 2015. Pluto lacks an intrinsic magnetic field capable of generating spooky sounds like those of the gas giants, but it does have a tenuous atmosphere of nitrogen and methane. Pluto's spooky sounds are the result of sonification of the vibrations of plasma and charged particles captured by the solar wind as it interacts with Pluto's atmosphere. New Horizons instruments recorded howling, whistling, and crackling sounds produced when the solar wind curves around the planet and its charged particles collide with atmospheric molecules. These are the sounds. Pluto has complex geology, including giant ice mountains and nitrogen glaciers such as Sputnik Planitia, which may experience ice quakes that create low-frequency vibrations.